Hi, Zizaran here with another video about gold farming. So if you are feeling like you have a little bit low on gold and you want to make more, this is going to be an updated video with tips and tricks. And one of the strategies in here that does use scarabs will have like 500,000 gold an hour pretty easily. And obviously if you are going really fast, you can probably crack 1,000,000 with this. So I will outline a few of these things, and some are the things that I'm doing with Embu in a group. So those will require a very, very strong character. And the other things I'm doing solo, which still requires a pretty beefy character because you are getting a lot of toughness on the monsters. But I will just like give some general practice tips as well with like Alk and Go strategies and just what nodes are actually affecting getting you a lot of gold. So the scarabs we're using, I think, at the moment, and we are playing around with it, right? The strategies evolve a little bit, and sadly we only have 5 scarab slots, but we're using 1 Titanic Scarab of Legend, a Titanic Scarab, 2 Gigantification, and 1 Anarchy Scarab. And if you are ever able to, like maybe you're a ritual farmer, if you're ever able to get like 10 exiles in a ritual in a blood vessel, that would obviously be way better than an anarchy scarab. Like that would see some pretty insane returns, I think. But this is a strategy we're farming mostly for uniques and stuff like that. We want like a good chance at things like mage blood, so that's what we're farming that for. But with this product we're getting, I think the most gold we had in one map was 120,000. Now, with rolling like high pack size and stuff like that, you are getting a large amount. So the more pack size you roll, the scarier it will be. You obviously have things you can do like proliferation and stuff to go really, really deep. And you can do tier 17s on softcore a lot easier than we can on hardcore. So that is the thing I'm doing with Ember. With that, we're easily farming over 1 million gold per hour. I think we were on track to make roughly 1.2 million or something like that. And that, I think, only one of the maps procced Ruckus, which Ruckus is like the node here. And normally we do have Ghosted Exiles, but I'm playing without that when I'm solo. And I'll make a atlas and post that in the YouTube description. Pretty good. And happy with how that's working out. We were making a decent amount of currency while mostly just really enjoying the gold. I've been trying out some other strategies solo, and this is one of the atlases I'm doing solo. So it's mostly like the exiles, and obviously they can be ghosted. You can also have the node here. And as much effect as you can is good, although a little scary for hardcore. You can see I have most of the effect nodes, and then I have ritual. And then what I was doing solo is I had 1 influencing of hordes, 1 of elder, 1 of legend. Honestly, 2 of legends probably not a bad idea too. They're a little harder to get on hardcore. On softcore they are just 1C. There. And what you'll notice here is whenever you get Elder Portal, whenever you're killing exiles, etc., any unique monster that you get to face up against will drop a lot of gold. So that was 45,000 gold in 5 minutes, and you might have noticed I killed it a little bit slow because this was my first map doing this solo. I usually do it with Ember in a group, and then we have a really beefy character, but honestly it did a lot less damage than I thought it would. And the more pack size is on the map when you're using Titanic Scarab will give you so much more gold. So like that same map, if this was 40% pack size, probably given 65 to 75,000 gold. And if you're using proliferation scarabs and stuff, it does go pretty high. So it's sort of like invest as strong as your character is, because you're not going to be doing 70% pack size maps on a 10C character, right? Unless you're Gladiator, the bleed explosions will probably carry pretty hard there. But yeah, insane amounts of gold per hour. Now, what if you are on SSF or you can't get any scarabs at all, but you still want to participate and you want to have a lot of gold? The things to look out for is like get as much of this effect as possible. That's why the travel nodes are good. Anything that adds unique monsters specifically or monsters in general to your map is great. So Harbinger has been pretty good, I feel. Because whenever I'm farming for Fracturing Orbs, I'm using a Warhordes, a Regency. I am using 3 of these, and then a map. I'm getting a lot of gold then too. I'm getting like 50 to 60k per map then too. But these scarabs are actually quite expensive, so we are trying to focus on the cheaper scarabs. But at least Harbinger does seem pretty decent. Breach, while good for leveling, not as good for gold as I'd hoped. Does drop gold. and it's mostly just about XP really. So again, anything that gives you this effect, super big, and on softcore definitely feel free to take that with the tier 17 monsters. Ritual's decent because it can respawn unique monsters, so Ritual ends up dropping a decent amount of gold. But yeah, all about as many monsters as you can, as much pack size effect, and on softcore, Titanic Scarab Legend, 1C each when I last looked. So pretty good, and yeah, feel free to give tips in the video if you're doing something similar or something different and you are getting over 500,000 or a million gold. We're trying to especially focus on low investment strategies because I know a lot of players don't have 20C to spend per map, whereas it's 3 to 5C per map. With common scarabs, so you might have a lot of already. Pretty decent. And if you have Glacier favorited, that is an even better map because the boss at the end comes with like 6 or 7 unique monsters, so they will drop a lot of extra gold. I don't really have a lot of Glaciers, but that is really good. And if you're doing Corrupted 8 maps, this will give an insane amount of gold. So either way, I hope this video helps you. Good luck with the gold farm, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sub if you like it, but more importantly, try to die less than our mappers do.